And we're back with another episode of Behind the Whistle. Yeah.
Let's go.
With your favorite coaches, Coach David, Coach Sherman, Coach Mike, episode 5. Hey, man, sorry for the delay. We had to step out and, go do a couple other things. Check out the channel. I know y'all seen the content. Check out the other podcast, Kicking It with Coach. Be looking for more episodes of that coming soon, too. Other than that, man, we right back on it, just how we always do. Appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the comments. Keep interacting with us. We're going to keep interacting with y'all back. And let's get into it, Barrio.
All right, guys, today, so we got a lot of topics. Sorry, like Coach Mike said, we've been away for a little while. Coaching calls, being on the board calls, and, like we said, we're always going to be about the kids. But the topics tonight that we're going into, me and Sherm had the pleasure of going to the Coaches Nike Clinic out in Orlando, Florida. The clinic was awesome. A lot of lower tier coaches as far as like high school, not really a lot of college coaches that we saw, but one of the big things that I picked up from going there was you saw the conversation about the portal. You also saw the conversation about paying players. You saw coaches taking more of a fatherly role, I guess you would say, like Sherm. Like back then, it used to really be a lot about business. One of the things that I personally picked up from was that you see a lot of college coaches trying to build relationships now because guys are quick to leave. They're chasing the bag, or, they're trying to get another experience, or they feel like they're not being appreciated. But one of the things I did see, especially like from Coach Norvell, and I think it was Coach Ashley from SMU, they were really talking about building relationships with players, which, we've been to coaches clinics before, and I didn't really hear that as much, but I really heard it a lot this year. I mean, what do you think, Sharon?
Yeah, I think it was like a balance, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely still business because of the NIL talk, but I think because of the portal, that they jumping in the portal so easily that it is kind of forcing them to kind of build that relationship to have.
Yeah.
That's how you keep them there.
So,
yeah.
Give them a reason to stay.
100%, yeah.
But it definitely wasn't as many big names as like we've seen in the past and stuff, but I think it was a good clinic though. But I think, like I said, it was just like a kind of like a little different, I guess a different level, like a little bit more intimate, I guess, like you said. Like,
yeah,
it was like a little bit more intimate.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So
we got to talk to a lot of different coaches too. Usually we're kind of, when we go as a group, we're kind of to ourselves. But we talked to more coaches this year. We interviewed some coaches for the podcast. But once again, like Coach Mike said, check it out. You'll see some of those interviews. But one of the things, like I saw a lot of fundamental talk, like especially with the high school coaches. They went into more of, like I said, building those relationships with players. They went into more of kind of like an organizational type of way of doing football. You saw a lot of practice plans, broken down to like the second. It was really kind of like an eye-opener to see how much it's advanced at the high school level.
That attention to detail.
Serious attention to detail. down to the seconds, man. It was really, really interesting. You see a lot of high school teams running college concepts now. So I think the days of like double wing and all that, you're not really seeing that hardly as much anymore. You see a lot of spread because I feel like every offensive one we went to, everybody's running spread. Everybody's running spread, except for the one coach. Well, that was last year though, the Nevada coach, right? That was last year. Yeah. He runs the go-go offense, which if you don't know about the go-go offense, take a look at it. UNLV, they run a really cool offense that he kind of designed himself, but he made it work for him. And that's what we always tell like a lot of the coaches that we're around, especially at the youth level. Like not every group is going to have the same caliber of kid. So we're not one of those organizations that can run the same offense from 6U all the way up, because every group has got a different caliber player. Like, you might have a team that's got the big boys on line. You can run power game. You might have a team don't have the really big guys. You got to run a spread. You know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed going to these clinics, even though there wasn't like a lot of college coaches, you kind of learn how guys do it differently and be successful at it. That's one of the things I definitely picked up from him. So,
yeah. Dang, what was the?
Well, I enjoyed watching the interviews and putting them together. That was pretty fun and cool. So,
yeah, you know what's crazy about that, Mike? Like, dude, like people were willing to do it though. Like we would just ask him once, and like no one really like shut us down, other than like we tried to get with Norvell, but like he's like impossible to like approach. You know what I'm saying? So, but everybody else, like Ashley, like he answered your questions. Every high school coach we talked to, they were willing to talk to us. And then when they found out we were on the youth level, they're like, "Oh man, you guys are here. That's that's cool that you guys trying to do it."
Well, we always get them comments whenever we go up there. They're always surprised that a little league coaching staff is up there. But we just try to do serious. Yeah, we just try to do stuff a little different.
Right, exactly. And one of the cool things too is, I'm not really good with faces a lot of time, but Sherm is. And Sherm actually got to interview, a former University of Florida Gator.
Yep, Swamp
Brandon James. Really great interview. Easy, approachable, man. Answered questions. He coaches on the youth level, the high school level, so he was just giving it kind of reaffirmed everything that we were saying. Like,
go check that one out.
Don't focus on the don't focus on the glitz and glam. Focus on fundamental football. Yeah, he was really, and he was like a real guy, a real dude to talk to. Like, the dude, I'm not that tall. I'm 5'7", and that guy was like, I was taller than him. And this man's played NFL ball, so you listen to guys like that. They made it work. Sure. You know what I'm saying? So it was really cool to talk to him. The head coach from FIU, Sherm, got to talk to him as well.
Willie Sims.
Yeah, he'll tell you about that one a little bit more.
Yeah, that was he been successful. Pretty much everywhere that he coached at. He was an ex-Clemson quarterback, I think it was. Yeah, ex-Clemson quarterback.
Yeah.
He was the one, like, he big on, I respected him a lot because he was big on it, like, his faith and the family, you know what I'm saying? It's more about, you know what I'm saying, more about the kids for real than football, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I respect more about him, because that's kind of like my approach. As a coach, you know what I'm saying? So, good dude, you know what I'm saying? He been successful, like, at every spot he pretty much been there. He kind of, you know what I'm saying, turned the program around. So, down to earth dude too, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a good down to earth dude. I guess soon we should have that.
Probably it's coming. It's coming.
Posting that one, so
don't spoil it too much.
I want to.
It's coming.
Yeah, Sherm did a great interview with him. One of the things he talked about, not in the interview, but in the when you sat down and got to listen, you don't realize, like, these guys, they're chasing their dream, and like how many different schools they end up at.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like, what was he saying? What university was that? In Alabama somewhere where they didn't have internet. Like, like he said they didn't have internet. They would have to drive 30 miles to the closest, like, I think.
What HBCU he was at?
I forget which one it was, man. But to watch just game film, they had to drive 30 miles to like a Radisson or something like that,
just to get it clear,
to get a good signal so that they could watch film. And that just goes to show you, like, we always talk about having love for the game. That's like a true passion right there.
Everybody wants to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had to drive 30 minutes to watch some film. I want to be here.
And he turned that program around. Like, I think they were like bottom of the barrel, and he got him to win, and it took him to his next job. So that whole, even when it comes to coaching, man, like, it's about not quitting and learning and trying to put forth your best effort in anything that you do. The same thing we tell the kids, man. Like, if the coaches ain't giving 100%, how you gonna sit there and tell the kids to give 100%? Like, if you ain't trying to get better as a coach, then you really shouldn't be out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to lead young men to be leaders, and you telling them, hey, you better be on time, you better do this, you better do that. And then you not doing it, and they see it, man, and they call you out on it real quick. Especially the older they get. This year we had the pleasure of coaching 12 and 14U for spring, and the 13, 14-year-olds, they'll let you know about yourself real quick. So, but it's good to get called out every once in a while. It just helps us get better.
But and two, though, that's the type of environment that we create. Though, is we create that culture of, like, you can hold us accountable too, because we're holding you accountable.
Yep. 100%.
So they when they see us late, they be like, man, why was you late? If we miss a practice, hey coach, why weren't you here?
Where were you at? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dang man, I didn't feel good. I'm sorry.
Right. But yeah, the coaches clinic was real cool. We were there for 3 days. Friday, Saturday, we left on Sunday. But just an overall really good experience. God kind of puts that on you sometimes. Like we were expecting to see like the higher caliber college coaches, but we're probably more relatable to the high school coaches because that would be the next level that we go to.
Yeah.
And just to see kind of what they do, like everything that they do, like it gives you tips and tricks and ideas to say, hey, look, that's how I can run that better. I can run that drill better. I could, maybe get a couple extra reps if we run it like this. You know what I'm saying? So I would advise any coach that might be watching this or any parent that might be watching this and you're just really interested in football, try to get to any of those coaches Nike clinics. I know they're all spread across the United States. We're closer to the one in Orlando. We go every year. We make kind of like a couples trip out of it. We bring our wives, have a good time, go to class. They go do their thing, and then we meet up left today. And we invite more coaches all the time. We wish more coaches would do it, but like I said, you gotta have that passion to want to get out there. Not everybody has a schedule either, so we don't hold them too much. So, but yeah, really good thing if you can try to get out there. Is there anything else you picked up from the clinic, Sherm?
Well, I mean, we actually had a good little conversation with the Niceville defensive coordinator. I think it was. This was like when we was walking out. It was in the courtyard. We were talking to the.
Yeah, that's right, Niceville.
A teacher.
Yeah. Great story.
And that was good. Like it wasn't nothing on tape or nothing, but it was just like genuine conversation that we had with him, like just the ins and outs and stuff. And
coaches be people too, Sean.
Yeah, for sure. Like that was about just good people. Like you know what I'm saying. It really just a lot of good people for sure. I would say.
Yeah, and another thing too, like for any coaches that are out there going to some of those clinics, man, you'd be surprised some of the relationships you build.
Yeah.
And just talking to other people and the connections that you make, anything from like equipment to, running drills to a possible job. Sponsorships. Like you'd be surprised the people that you meet there, you talk to, and then they'll hit you up or text you or even just checking on you. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we're men, and at the end of the day, we go through things too. So a lot of times, with this coaching aspect, you don't get a lot of accolades with it. You get all the negative with it.
At the youth level, for sure.
100%. If you didn't win, it's everything you did wrong, and then when you win, it's like, hey, good game. That's it. So, at the end of the day, it's nice to talk to other coaches and kind of see where they're at mentally. Not just physically, but mentally, and then what they do. So I pick up a lot of good things, especially talking to that coach from Niceville.
And man, it was, the few times I went, it was nice to get confirmation on what we were doing was correct. Like, a lot of them coaches were already saying things that, or they were saying things that we were already doing, and it was nice to just kind of be like, okay, we're on the right track here,
Yeah.
That's always good as well.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like seeing what we've done over the last couple of years, like trying to help turn the program around and make it better, and just in our own way. The administration that was here before us, they did a great job, but they had some cancers they had to get rid of too. So it's like that with any program. If anybody's running a youth football program or any type of program, I would advise you is once you find out what those cancers are, get rid of them. Because they'll bring the whole program down, the morale, the vibe, everything.
For sure.
We had give a shout out, Chocolate Thunder, Charles Hughes.
What up?
Hey man, just to give a shout out, but just hearing him talk, you got to know if people are with you or not. It's a ride or die thing, really. And if you don't have good people around you, your program is going to suffer. So you got to cut those ties quick. But you learn that a lot too. Like at these clinics that we go to, they'll tell you all the time. Being around the right people. You hear it from the players.
Yeah.
They adapt well to other coaches that they might not adapt well to others. We heard a story. I heard a story there. They were talking about how Chip Kelly's like not a player's coach, and the players can't stand him. But like he's a great X's and O's guy, but he don't have relationships with the players. At the end of the day, like it's not these guys aren't robots. You know what I'm saying? Like they got stuff that happens on and off at the field, and that can affect the way that they play. So talking to some of them coaches there, you find out about that too. And I seem to think that's more of a popular trend now. I don't know about how you guys feel, but being a player's coach.
Well, I think Sherm kind of, made the point earlier, like you kind of have to be now to keep these players to stay with you. You kind of have to be.
Yep.
Because that's the only thing. Because it's so popular to transfer portal, and that's on every level. Youth, high school. These kids they're going.
Yeah.
College.
Yeah.
They're going. Hey, I don't like my situation. I'm out. So the only way you combat that is make them like their situation. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have a personal relationship with them, their parents. Make sure you're involved with them. You talk to them. You let them know you believe. All that kind of stuff. But that's really the only way you deal with that right there. That's how you keep them around.
Yeah,
and honestly, even then, sometimes it's not enough.
Right,
So,
100%.
100%. But I think, the bigger thing of that, I think that's like the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the way you're supposed to do
how
it.
it should be, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need more player coaches. You know what I'm saying?
Just people doing it for the right reason.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We mentor. That's what you're doing anyway. Like, be a mentor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like kind of what we were saying before. At the end of the day, man, once football's done and all that, all you have is the relationships that you cultivated while you were here. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. I mean, if you look at the statistics, 1.8% of these guys are playing football are going to make it to the league. So it's the relationships that you build, man. And I always tell my boys all the time, like, as much as you like love football, just know that football could be taken from you, really quick. But, at the end of the day, too, there's so many, that's another thing I learned at the Nike Coaches Clinic. Is like, there's so many different avenues that you can go with football.
To be around the game.
You'll be around it, now you got video, you got, you could be a coordinator. Dude, you could be a GM, like you could be, anything.
Sports trainer,
you can be the ball boy.
Be a ball boy. I mean, just to be around the electricity of the game.
Guy.
Yeah, man. Oh my, dude, I remember I was watching like NFL films one time, and they had a special on like the equipment guys, and I was like, dude, if I was a single guy like 21, 22, I would love being an equipment guy. You get to see all like the tech that's gone into the sport, like the different helmets, the different cleats, like little superstitious things that players do and all that stuff. So I just thought it was really cool. That's another thing we learned at the Nike Coaches Clinic. There's just so many avenues that you can stay around the game. You don't have to be in it. You know what I'm saying? So, to speak of the GM thing, though, Sherm didn't bring it up, but the very last one of the, oh my gosh. Yeah, the very last clinic or class that we went to, they were talking about the portal and NIL. Now, it was three guys. One guy was from UF. The other guy was from University of South Florida, and the other guy was from FSU. Now, when you watch these guys interview, and I'm not taking shots if any of these guys ever watch this, which they probably won't, but the guy from UF was a former player, and he's like an older dude too. He's probably like maybe in his 50s, right? You could tell he was like an ex-player. Like he knew the game, he knew the lingo, right? Yeah. Now the other two guys, right,
business,
never looked like they touched a football ever. And what I haven't told you is that I didn't realize, like at the university level, that they had GMs. I didn't know that. I thought it was all athletic directors. I was shocked when I found out that all the schools now have like GM, like general managers now.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. You got to have somebody to kind of keep track of everything and, all the players, all the depth charts. You got to kind of.
But yeah, but these guys weren't even on that. These guys were straight money guys. These are straight money guys, man. I mean, other than the UF guy, that's really was. And the one that really like got my attention was the Florida State guy. Like you could tell this guy's never touched a ball in his life, but you could see like he was counting numbers in his head like while he was there. Yeah. And the thing that he was talking about, like how they allocate money. Right. And he was saying like he feels like football at the university level should get more money. He goes, this man literally he went through like numbers so quick. Like he was like, FSU brought this much money in TV deal, this much money here, this much money here, this money here. But you're telling me you're only going to advocate $70 million to football? How's that fair? Out of a $180 million budget, we bring in more money than everybody else. I mean, this dude, like, that's the kind of dude you want in your corner, but you could tell this man knows nothing, like, about the game. Like, if you ask him, like, what a 9 route, he ain't gonna know that. But if you ask you how much those players are getting paid and how much we got to pay him and the dividends we got to do, he's gonna know all that. So you need those type of guys. And I guess I was surprised. Like, it does make sense that they're there, but I was surprised. I didn't realize the universities had GMs now. I thought it was always like athletic directors that handle those type of things.
It's a true business now.
Yeah.
You know, definitely.
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was weird. It was definitely different.
That was different. Yeah, that was different.
It caught my eye, man.
Yeah, different. Like,
yeah, I was surprised, man. I had no idea that it was on that level. I mean, you should know, but once you hear him say it, like, oh yeah, we're all general managers, and I'm like, general managers, what? So
though, you can see I think the UF dude was kind of aggravated
with them too. Yeah, 100%. He was.
I mean, it is an FSU guy up there.
Yeah, he would. Yeah,
it's not too much alike.
Florida State.
Because he was trying to be more like
player friendly.
Because he played the games. So he was trying to talk football with it. Plus, like, kind of trying to give you the input of like how they kind of, you know what I'm saying, determine how you get your money in a sense and stuff. And
yeah.
Then, you know what I'm saying, talk about the what's there, you know what I'm saying, what's the part, you know, and all this stuff. And they were just pretty much, you know what I'm saying, like they were saying, they was just business though. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
All that for a championship.
All that for a championship. Yeah.
All that for the championship, man.
And you know, one of the guys, I forgot, he asked the question to the Florida State guy, like, it was basically like about the quarterback, how much money they paid the quarterback, and like they didn't win, they didn't win nothing. Boy, he skirted that question so quick, man. It was so funny. Like, you know, you still got to pay him. Yeah, we still got to pay him. Next question.
Oh, so he's smart too.
Yeah, dude. So hey, dude was taking shots up there, man. Yeah, but overall, man, good experience. Like I said, I would advise anybody to go to Nike Coaches Clinic. A lot of fun. Get your boys, get your coaching staff, go learn. Improve the game at your level, whatever level that may be.
For sure.
Yeah. Next topic we want to bring up. So, you know, we do run an organization here, Valrico Rams. We are a Pop Warner team. I know Pop Warner's not in every state, so if you're watching this, look that up. But we have found out normally that the championships are usually here in the state of Florida, which makes
Orlando.
sense because it's warmer here. Taking shots. We have better weather. Taking shots.
Yeah.
It's been here every year that I've been a part of Pop. But for this year, it was voted that the championships get moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. So if you look at the consensus online, like what people were saying, you know, some pros and cons. But I want to ask you guys, like, I mean, what do you think as far as like moving it to a different state? Remember at this time, and usually the championships play like late November, early December, like middle December. So how do you guys feel about it being moved to North Carolina?
Coach, you know what I'm going to say. Anytime, any place, anywhere, any state, any temperature, period. We going to line it up and smack something, meet you on the 50.
Right.
But it's going to be way more expensive because all of us Florida teams are going to have to go to North Carolina now.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same...
I mean, that's vice versa though. So.
I mean,
the team got to come to Florida. I mean, it's the same.
So you think the great teams? You think the other parts of the nation aren't dominating the national championship because they just aren't coming to Orlando?
Nah, I ain't say that at all. I'm saying either way, it's a money thing.
Well, the point I'm making is
I'm pretty sure them teams happy about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, they got to travel to us this time. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to go as far, or I got to go an hour away, or I can go 2 hours away, or whatever, and beat us. So
now they can go 2 hours away and get beat by a Florida team instead of, and now they don't get to go to Disney World or Orlando Studios.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's in Charlotte.
But see, and that's my thing, right? Like,
no, Charlotte, North Carolina is cool. It's a cool city and stuff.
Yeah, but it ain't cool in December.
No, it's cold in December.
Hell yeah, it's cold in December.
It's not cool. It's cold.
I lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina, man. I lived there. Like, I know what the weather is. Like, it's cold, man.
It be
like
snowing at that time.
Charlotte, no, it don't. Charlotte don't get snow like that. No, but it's just cold though.
Is hilly in Charlotte?
No, no. Charlotte's
more like flat.
Charlotte's more flat.
It's closer to the shoreline.
Yeah.
So we just gonna be more cold.
Or that line over there.
Yeah. That's it.
It's just cold, man. And see, and that's the thing. Like with the Pop Warner Championships moving up there, like most people, if you make that, like you're treating that like a vacation. Ain't nobody going to vacation. I'm going to Charlotte in December. That's not a vacation, bro. That's not a vacation at all. Like you come down here, you got warmer weather, you got Disney, you got SeaWorld, you got the beaches, you got all that. Like if you want to do that, you know, and there's more stuff to do down here. Like you going up there, like they got Carowinds. Carowinds gonna be closed. Like it ain't even gonna be open. That's their amusement park. Like that's like a theme park. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't like that. Don't make no sense to me whatsoever. You know. It's wild though. Like I remember my oldest son Elijah when he played. They had the championships, but a team came all the way from Hawaii over here.
Yeah, you know
what I'm saying, and they loved it here. But, now you going to Charlotte, North Carolina, man. Come on, that's bull, man. I think that's garbage. That's trash. Like,
I mean, that is crazy. They couldn't get with like one of these colleges. Like, I mean, Pop one a big old industry, so like they couldn't get like with.
What about like Texas?
All these, but we got all these different.
Yeah, another southern state.
Like Texas, Georgia, Atlanta.
Somewhere that,
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, you Charlotte, North Carolina? Really? You know what I'm saying? Like,
places.
I'm not taking shots, man. I love North Carolina, but like North Carolina in December, nah, bro.
We kind of is taking shots.
Or
I love North Carolina, but Charlotte in December, absolutely not. Hell no.
Or go the opposite way. Hold them in Hawaii, so everybody got to go super far,
right.
And you get a really cool vacation.
That'd be real right there, though.
But you know what I mean. So like, if you this is the real, real deal.
Yeah, we get Pro Bowl.
But that real talk though, like what you said, Sherm, it's a lot. Like the teams, I would be curious to know what teams like that are really good that win their region. And then they get to that point and they just don't have the money to come. Like, how many teams is that happening to?
Yeah.
Because they don't ever release, like, Pop never releases that number. Like, I would love to see that. Because you're going to tell me, like, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Tech. I don't know if there's any Pop teams really in Texas. California. I know there's Pop teams in California. Like, why don't I ever see these teams make it out this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, especially California. Like, I know there's Pop teams in California, but I never see them here, though. Ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's, but you coming 3,000 miles, man, that's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, someone could be losing it, you know what I'm saying? Later on.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I don't know, man. I just think that's odd.
There was a few California teams in the national championship tournament this last season. They had teams from North Carolina, teams from California, teams from Texas.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the majors, but it was mostly Florida teams.
Right.
Honestly, like every division had at least 3 or 4 Florida teams in it.
And that's what goes back to what Mike said.
Hey, that go back to
now you making all the Florida teams travel to beat you in Charlotte now. Come on, man.
Hey, I'm with it.
And all the talk online is like, y'all can't play in the cold. Are you serious, dude? Get out of here.
You think we ain't gonna be fast in the cold? What you talking about? We still gonna be fast.
It's still this. I mean, it is different when you play in the cold. I get that, but a lot of kids in Florida, man, are dogs. There's a reason why a lot of the kids in high school and stuff are recruited to outside states. They come to Florida, man. It's not the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have our hoodies on and long johns and all this on, but we still going to get down there.
I promise.
Yeah, once the ball's going, man, that's a trigger.
And really, and while we over here joking, our tenure might be there. I'm just throwing that. Sorry, I just had to throw that one out there.
Yeah, we got
ready.
We got a couple squads.
Get ready.
We got a couple squads this year, man, that I think they're going to do really, really well. Yep. We'll see. Only time will tell, man. Only time will tell. But I mean, even though it's in North Carolina, I'm gonna take shots, man. Like Florida's still gonna dominate.
Always.
I'm sorry, North Carolina, Georgia, but I'm taking shots, all of them. Florida teams are gonna go up there. They still gonna win.
All y'all coaches from out of state, contact us here at Behind the Whistle. We can have a friendly debate.
Yes, please do. Put it in the comments. Where you coming from, and do you think you're gonna win? Because I say you're not. Anyways, good stuff though, man. Yeah, but like I said, I would be curious as the ones who win and then like they don't have the money to get here, because anybody that knows it's in Pop and to travel and to go to the championship is expensive, man.
But that is a good point. All them teams that wouldn't be able to financially go to Orlando that are within 3-4 hours of that area, now they kind of got a chance. We might see something.
Yeah,
there might be a hidden, a best kept secret out there that we ain't been seeing, but doubt it.
Pop, y'all need to lower y'all prices.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, that'll help. That'll definitely help, man.
For real.
Y'all need to lower your prices, man. Come on, like it's supposed to be about the kids at the end of the day. It's about the kids.
1,000%.
You know, and bring up like just running an organization. You know, one of the big things. I would love to hear like some of the other teams in our area or outside of our area, if you're watching this, fundraising wise, like it's so important, man. Like if you have an off year doing fundraising or raising money and you have teams that make it and you got to tell a team no, man, that just breaks your heart at the end of the day, man.
Yeah.
You know, because you robbing the kids of that experience. That's why it's so important to have a good org and good people around you and realize like how important like every dollar matters, man. Because if a team does make it and you got the finances to send them and let's say they come up short, but the org can help, that's great. But then when you have an off year fundraising and doing everything else and the money ain't there and you got to tell them no, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, just the times that we in anyway, like, I mean, everything's so high. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for, you know what I'm saying, even when you is fundraising, like for people to actually want to give to the fundraiser, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's true. You know, I was talking to our cheer director and I was telling her about how prices on registration is like high, like you go to other places, right? And then I sent her some screenshots. Like if you look at some of these other teams, other pop teams in other states, like I won't say any. The one in Illinois that I was looking at, you looking at $500.
yeah.
But you getting a couple uniforms, you know, that they charge for like parties and all this other stuff, and it just, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, we're trying to keep our price low at where it's at, and I think we're charging too much. You know what I'm saying? I can imagine.
Yeah, but we don't know. But we don't know if they fundraise or not. They might just have that high registration fee and then have zero fundraisers throughout the year.
That's
that
true.
way they're not digging in the parents' pockets all season long.
Yeah.
Hey, just hit this one time thing. We have no fundraiser. Just come play football.
That's a valid point. I'll be curious to know. Anybody, leave it in the comments. If you with an organization that runs something like that, we would love to talk to you because I'm curious as to see if that would work. You know, like I mean, how do you feel? Like, hey, Sherm, I'm gonna charge you $500, but no fundraising.
I mean, it's a couple factors of that because I mean,
That's a big chunk.
say you got 4 kids. You know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
big
we
chunk.
got 4 kids. So again, can you pay for it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
can I pay for all that right now? Like
No,
so
that's a lot, man. Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. I mean that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't want to fundraise, but then you got it's just a situation. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a family that's well off, then cool. Like here you go. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a family that live paycheck to paycheck, then you like, man,
Yeah. It's
We
tough.
might be going down the street.
you know what I'm saying?
we
Like,
might-
I can't come here. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. You got to get that guerrilla tactics when it comes to doing fundraising now. Door to door, email, phone call, texting people. Hey, I ain't talked to you in like 5 years, but you want to donate $20?
Look, for the kids. Look, for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids.
Oh man.
You know?
Oh man, dude.
But I mean, too, like I say, like I mean, when you put also, if you is charging that much and you is putting like this, what you getting, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Then you know, like people, you know what I'm saying, make that choice too, though. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yep. That's tough though. But yeah, like I said, anybody's watching, leave in the comments. Let us know. Like, would you prefer to pay a higher registration fee and no fundraising, or would you pay a lower registration fee and be up to fundraising? So let us know. Like I said, we'd love to talk to you if you're from another organization. But yeah, so Pop Warner Championships, North Carolina, Charlotte. We will be there.
Hopefully we see y'all there. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, definitely we're gonna be there either way. But
No,
Cheers gonna be there for
It's
sure.
for sure,
Definitely wanna
100%.
be there, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be freezing
that's the
cold.
plan, baby.
Freezing cold. All right, so just to jump into our next topic, you know, we've all been around the game for a very, very long time, and like we enjoy being here, and we enjoy being around the kids, and they give off a great energy. Nothing like it. But one of the things, and I saw this online as far as like a question. Once I ask a question, like I said, leave some in the comments. Any coaches out there to see this and what you think of this. Has youth football turned into a daycare system? Now, we've had this talk before. I'll let Mike start. You know, I know kind of where I stand with it. Sherm, I know he's got his opinion on it. But Mike, what do you think? And has youth football turned into a daycare system?
Has it turned into one?
Yes.
I don't think it's turned. I think it's kind of been that a little bit. I don't think this is a new thing. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like,
Right.
This is something that's been going on forever. Drop you off at the field, see you in a couple hours.
Hey, little
hopefully
Johnny.
nothing crazy happens in between time.
Hey, little Johnny, I'm gonna drop you off and we're gonna have a couple beers. I'll be back in about 2 hours.
Oh, have a good old time.
No, my thoughts on it. Yeah, I mean, it's aggravating because at the end of the day, it affects the kids. And like I know a lot of these kids are out here looking for their parents. I've been to orgs where you just see all the kids. You don't see any parents watching or anything. And I get we all go through them struggles, but you got to remember them little eyes are looking for you out there.
Yeah.
They're looking for that support.
Even though it's just practice, they like that you're there every day.
Yeah, see every highlight. Like I said, might be a player who's not that good, but he has a highlight at practice. Like, Dad, you see me tackle, or Mom, did you see me get that pick or get that sack? Those things matter in every aspect of the game, and it comes back to supporting your kids too. Even for people who don't have a lot to give, saying like your time is more valuable than anything, and those kids are gonna remember whether you were there or not.
Yeah.
100%.
And also, if you can't make it to practice, just talk to your coach. Just say, hey, check me out.
How many times have we had that talk?
Yeah, I'm going to leave Timmy here for a minute. I got to go to work. I'll be right back, Just
At least, look here,
what if Timmy gets a concussion? Now we're looking for you. You didn't say nothing. Like, come on.
Right.
Turns into something way bigger than it has to be.
Right.
Communication.
That part.
Yeah. I mean, dude, even as like a coach, like when when they drop them off and like they don't come back, like when practice is over.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if parents understand. Like, I got a family too. Like I want to eat dinner too. I got homework to go over with my youngest one too. When it's 8:30, like our practice goes from 6:30 to 8:30. When it's 8:30, man, I'm ready to roll. Like I got other things to do. I worked all day, coach, and like I said, I enjoy coaching. I never tear it down. But your parents got to meet. You got to meet us halfway. Like I said, right. I'm saying, like, I'm all about a game. I'm gonna give you kids my best while I'm here. But dropping them off and then like leaving them here and you consistently doing that, like it's one thing, like you do it once. Usually we got some parents that, hey, look, I gotta run real quick, I'll be back. That's fine. That those are the ones I ain't taking shots at. But the ones that are drop them off and I don't see you, and then I'm watching your kid till 8:45, 8:50, which is this player that I care about, and I call family and everything, and I'm gonna wait it out with them because I ain't gonna leave them behind. Y'all gotta step up for real.
For sure.
Yeah. It's a commitment thing.
It's a commitment thing.
Commitment and communication, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you communicate something, like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like you say, you got out of practice.
Or the rain cancellation in the middle of practice.
Right.
And now we can't find your people.
Like,
Right.
Where your parent at?
I don't know.
Jesus. All right, come on.
Yeah, get in the
Come on.
Coach Sherman, I don't know.
Come on, bit out.
Can you buy me a hot dog?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got you. Matter of fact, I'm hungry too.
Yeah, we can eat together. Yeah.
We'll wait till it closes. It's a 2-for-1 deal.
But
BOGO. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah. But parents, come on. Like, we love the kids, but this ain't no daycare system. We're here to coach them, and then they yours as soon as we done, and we're going to see you on the weekend to play. And we always going to be family. But, man, realize that, like, your coaches, the same ones that you cursing out and saying I ain't letting little Timmy play and spending all that time helping him get better in practice, and then you not showing up when practice is over, think about that. When you think about that for real. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. So on to the next one. So that was short. Stop doing that.
Yeah. Everywhere, in every sport.
Y'all
Baseball, football, basketball, track,
Yeah.
hockey, everything. Stay there. Just stay there.
Yeah. Be a better parent, man. For real. We tell the players be better. Don't be that guy. Hey, don't be that guy.
Hey.
We're back after a little intermission.
Hey, there you go.
All right.
Behind the whistle, and we're back with your favorite coaches. So I think we left off on
daycare.
On the daycare, yes. On the daycare.
Where are you dropping your kids off? Oh, I'm dropping them off at the Valrico Rams, 707 South Miller Road.
Yes, no more daycare, guys. No more.
How much did that cost? You know, what's crazy about it, if you look at that too, like, it's cheaper than daycare.
It is a little cheap. Yeah, we
It's
did
a little cheaper, bro.
I mean, what, you know, registration $300. Like, if you drop your kid, and then what, the first 3 weeks of practice are 5 days a week.
There you go.
We usually wear them out for you.
It's
you know,
2 hours.
Hey.
I mean, I ain't a mathematician, but that's cheaper than regular daycare.
Now that you're talking, it kind of seems like a good idea. It kind of seems like a good idea. Hey,
For all you parents out there, that should tell you something right now. Get your kids in sports.
for sure. Hey, no, for sure.
Get off the tablets, the phones, get them off the couch, get them in sports.
Whether you drop them off and leave them there or stay there and watch them, get them in sports.
That should be the next ad. They're like, why pay for daycare when you can have your kid play football? It's cheaper.
Hey, right? Whoa, we better run it. We about to run it. We about to run it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You struggling with numbers? Hey, come to Valrico Rams Daycare. We got you.
I'll say, okay, so look, so for the next
I
day.
don't know how to take these guys. They just said it.
You should have dropped them off.
It's okay.
Hey,
Don't worry about it.
depend on the day, man. Just depend on the day.
You know, communicate. You heard it. Communicate.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, I've been hearing a lot of. Actually, honestly, I've been hearing a lot of ex-NFL players and current NFL players talking about they're not going to let their kids play tackle football until a certain age.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them are really saying 12, 13, high school. How do you guys feel about that? And also, you know, there's been other talk about not even being able to play it at all until, you know, until high school, essentially. You think that's good, bad?
I mean, my take is, I respect everybody, you know, everybody take. But, in all honesty, I just feel like ever since Will Smith made his movie, he done messed up everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ever since that movie came
Will
out,
Smith.
man, I'm putting it on Will Smith, man. I'm putting it on Will Smith. Bro.
Is this before the slap or after the slap? Which one
This
is
was before the slap.
Oh, this is before the slap.
This was
Okay.
before the slap. He lost his mind. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
nah, I'm playing. But nah, for real, like
Keep my wife's
us,
name out
like
your
us
mouth.
growing up, like
Keep my wife's name out your mouth, boy.
Right now.
us growing up, like football was
Violent.
like the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally wanted to play football because how violent the game really was. You know what I'm saying?
for
Yeah.
sure.
And then like once he made that movie, now everybody like, well, I don't want, you know what I'm saying, my child to, you know, you can get a concussion just by shaking his head like this. Like my brain just shook when he just went like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
But
I mean,
it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like it's all on a preference. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, you know what I'm saying?
I think it was a good thing that he made the movie, right? I think it did bring awareness to CTE and to, you know, lifelong people who have lifelong trauma, boxers, football players, anybody in any kind of real BMX riders, dirt bike riders.
Contact, anything.
Actually,
Right.
High
listen.
contact.
So I just seen a video of a doctor speaking, and he said a lot of people who ride wave runners like jet skis and stuff come in with CTE because that's a lot of bouncing of the brain. So I do think it was good to get the information out there, but I do also think it caused a little extra reason to worry.
Right, but
Almost.
like
You know what I mean?
Like I
Like-
was saying though, if you're doing boxing, if you're doing football, if you're doing any of these big contact sports or anything, you know what I'm saying?
Just running around the house with your
You know
brothers.
what it coming with though.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. You know what it come with. Like I mean,
Yeah.
of course, I mean,
But a kid don't.
you want the safety. As a kid, you ain't know playing football is, you know what I'm saying, you might get a concussion.
Yes, but you don't really truly understand the consequences of that.
Nah, 100% though, but I'm saying, but
But I mean, can we be
was-
honest? Like, I'll put myself out there. I didn't know what a concussion was until later.
I mean, I did.
I didn't know what that was. Honestly,
as in-
like when I started playing football, nobody talked about that. Like, you just dizzy. Like, oh, I'm just dizzy. Like, you just get.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
I didn't know one related it to a concussion. Like,
For us, I
I'm
mean-
older than both of y'all. Like, so,
Yeah.
but like when I was playing, like nobody talked about that.
nah, 100%. That's what I'm saying though.
Like,
but,
oh, coach, my head, you know, like,
but I think that was like a honor though, like.
no, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like.
Yeah, honestly,
Bro, that was an
yeah.
honor, bro. Like I tried to hit him so hard, bro. Like I knocked myself out, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Coach, I feel like I just had 3 fireballs. Yeah, that's all right, man. That's an honor badge. So
you feel me? Go
Coach,
take
I
it
see
off,
stars
no,
right now.
That's all right, yeah.
But
They call it a constant state of drunkenness, right? Like, so like you feel like when I played, like I remember the worst one I ever took wasn't even, you know, what's wild though is the worst one I ever had, and the only one that I know that I had was playing neighborhood ball.
Yeah.
It wasn't even
Yeah.
like when I was in pads, and like I remember like lighting, like bang bang, and then like you know how some of them you just get up like there's nothing happened. But the worst one I ever had, dude, I remember I was like probably 11, and the kid I was playing was like probably like 15. Like, you know, you're saying you play against people older, and I remember, dude, I got rocked, like, and I blacked out, like, but I didn't know what that was. Literally, man, I walked home like in the dark, wobbling like this, and went to sleep on the couch. Didn't tell my parents nothing. Like, I didn't know what a concussion was. Like, they didn't.
was it an hour later though?
What do you mean an hour later?
Did you wait an hour?
That's
No.
not true, but yeah.
No, absolutely not.
It was before an hour.
Yes.
Cause look,
But you reckless, boy.
Yeah.
that's not true though. That's a myth. You can go to sleep. It's a myth. You're not gonna die, bro. My first concussion came from riding a bike,
Oh man.
wrecking a bike. Well, I lived in Tennessee, right? We're going downhill.
I can see that though.
My chain popped, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I shoved my foot in between the tire and the front fork, and I flipped all the way over the handlebars.
Oh man.
Woke up to one of my older brothers looking at me like, "Yo, you all right?" I'm like, "Go get Dad," and he just left. He didn't go get anybody.
My spleen is gone.
Yeah, like
Yeah, was your foot broke too?
no, but I was real flexible. Listen,
Has anybody seen my
that's
spleen?
besides the point. The point is, why did my older brother leave me there to die on the side of the road?
It was rough
Yes.
back then. You know what I'm saying? That made you a man.
So listen. So I remember getting up finally, like after getting myself together, walking back home, crying, using my bike as like a walker, screaming like dying. My dad come outside like, "Man, what's wrong with you?" Like, "Josh didn't tell you." He's like, "No, we don't know what you're saying, bro."
It's a nice walker you got there. What is
Yeah.
that, BMX?
Yeah, look, my older brother sitting in the background laughing like,
Mongoose.
Yeah, it was, I don't know.
You like my mongoose walker?
It had to be a mongoose.
It was probably like a mongoose mixed with a dyno, mixed with a GT.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Now we talking. Yeah.
Hey, we used to take all the
That's
bikes
sexy.
and,
I like that.
mix all the parts and then,
Oh, yeah.
We was those kids. We were the bad kids in the neighborhood.
With the can in the tire.
All that.
So I'm assuming that Chris Rock got his first concussion when Will Smith slapped him, right? So he just,
Possibly, we're back on that. Way to
I mean,
go.
you brought the Will. I was just bringing it back full circle.
Way to go, Will
Let me
Smith.
bring it back there, guy.
Hey, my boy said, "Oh my goodness."
Keep my wife's name out your mouth. Smickety smack. I got a concussion. Yeah, watch the movie.
That's
There you
crazy.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. That's funny, dude.
But no, honestly though, I feel like.
What about you, Sherm? I mean, like Mike said, you had the bike incident. You know, I had the football incident that went in a.
I mean, my first concussion was playing football though. Like
But I'm saying in pads
In
or
pads.
out pads?
In
In
pads.
pads. I'm sorry. All right.
that I know of.
Remember,
Yeah. I mean,
dude, I got 5 brothers, bro. I used to get
my
punched
first
a lot.
Now my first one for real, like like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I used to
for
get
real,
punched a lot, bro.
But the one I can remember was my first year in pads. I was playing running back. Came around the corner, our linebacker just smashed me.
That was the worst one.
And my head hit the ground. Like that's what I remember. That was my first concussion.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, I get the concern. I mean, 100%. But I think what that, see, you know, the thing I don't like that about movies like that, like it made you aware, but then it doesn't talk about the advancements that how the game has changed to prevent those things from happening.
Well, those advancements only happened after the
that's
movie.
later though. Yeah.
But I mean, some of those things were already kind of in place already, like
bro, listen.
proper.
the helmets and stuff.
Well, the helmet to helmet I get, but like proper
No, I'm saying,
tackling
like,
technique,
the
that's
helmet
always
they
been a
made.
thing, though. Like,
No, but the helmet
That movie changed
Like,
a lot of rules in NFL football.
no, and I get that, but like when we were learning the game, right? I mean, I never had a coach tell me to go helmet to helmet with somebody. I never had no coach tell me
What?
that.
I
Never.
did.
My coach is, hey, you
Never.
need to,
That's how you knock them out.
you
Never.
need to take
My
his
coach
head off.
The same way I teach tackling now is the same way I learned. Head on one side, wrap up. Like that's how I've always learned that way. I know. I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm not saying
unless the receiver is coming across the middle and you are to put your forearms into his face.
Right.
You know, make him never want to run across the middle ever again. That's how I was coached.
I had a coach tell me to put my knee in the thigh.
Yeah.
When I hit him.
Yeah. What are you
dead leg?
What are you kung fuing or something? What are you doing?
Hey.
Dead leg the thigh. He can't move that leg no more.
It worked every time.
What do you Ryu? What do you?
You tackle regular, but you put your thigh, you put your knee in his thigh. It do work every time, but
that's kind of weird.
I mean, it worked.
Yoga positions,
and it hurt.
That's weird.
And it hurt.
I believe it. Yeah. I mean, bone on thigh,
but I mean, look. So back to the point here. Should should they get rid of 12?
That's how I like my chicken.
I do not think.
I definitely think they shouldn't get rid of. I mean.
No.
Most of them kids, like
it depends on your kid, bro. Listen, you have to not lie
that hard.
You have
someone. I mean, once you get a little bit older, they kind of hitting a little bit hard.
But you can't lie to yourself, right? So when you see your kid and you see your son, and you're thinking about possibly putting him in football, you have to. Does he have the right mind state? Does he have the right mental mind state? Because what we see a lot is a lot of parents bringing their kids to football to toughen them up. And that's not necessarily the kid you want to put in football.
Mike's got a good point, too.
If you got a rough and tumble
been approached on that?
Kid, that hey man, this dude, this little one's a little wild. This is a good avenue because he's going to do things the proper way. You understand what I'm saying?
Gonna be scared.
He's not going to be scared. And that's where most injuries come from, is from the fear. It's from it's from that current up aspect. At the last second, you gonna turn away, and now you're getting folded in half.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to look at your kid and be like, is he built for this?
Yeah.
Is he gonna do it right? I mean, for one, is the coach gonna teach him right? Is he gonna play the game the right way? Once you know what I'm saying. The thing is, you can't. Freak accidents happen sometimes.
Of course. No, of course.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's more of where they mind be at, you know what I'm saying? But if you playing the game fast in the right way, like, you ain't too much getting hurt out there.
I mean, you're going to get bumps and bruises, but you ain't getting injured.
Exactly. All right, yeah.
But Mike's got the right thing, man. I mean, we always talk about confidence and mindset. He's right. Mindset is it's a whole different thing. Like, if you're bringing your kid into a already very violent sport, even with it toned down from how we used to play, but with still, very violent game, and they're just not ready for it. That's going to cause them to get hurt more than anything. Really, if you ask me,
faster.
Playing timid and like not having your head on a swivel is going to get you hurt.
Just prime example, right? My son. El was one of the smallest kids on the team, but he has absolutely zero fear. Mm-hmm. And he's been playing since 6U, and we might have really brought him off the field 3 times. Yeah. Because he was hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Elwood don't complain about being
seriously injured, and we know whenever he's like, oh, I got to get. We know hey man, So it shows you, it really is a mind state. It's not necessarily size, but you do have to have a certain kind of mind state to where you won't turn away at the last second. Because that's really where we see injuries, is people pulling up, turning away, ducking their head down because they're getting scared and they're not listening to the fundamentals that we teach. Mm-hmm. If the player isn't going to do it the right way, then maybe that's not the sport for the player.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's going to be freak accidents, though, all the time. Like, there's always going to be something that you did not account for, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen, no matter what. Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to happen.
Right.
But as coaches, if we teach them the right way, we teach them the fundamentals, teach them the proper mechanics, teach them how to be technical with how to make contact, the sport is not that deadly. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's not that injury prone. Like, we don't really see how many broken bones have we seen out here?
I mean, I don't want to talk about it.
No, like a handful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but look, no, I'm being serious. Though. A handful, and we've been doing this for a long time.
For sure,
I think the only one that I've seen since I've been here,
but then even further,
was the Dolphins game. That was the only one.
That was
I
a
remember.
leg. That was the worst one, right?
Yeah, that was.
Other than that, we had a couple elbows.
That was an arm.
I mean, I think if you,
that was an arm.
Yeah, it was an arm. It was his arm. But I think
We had a couple elbows and a couple collarbones.
correct me if I'm wrong, but like football, as far as like injury wise, is not nearly as high as like basketball and soccer. Like there's more injuries in basketball and soccer than there are in football, which is a lot of people will be like, well,
do your research on that.
I'm gonna put my kid in
Please do
soccer.
your research on that.
The amount of ankle and knee injuries in soccer is ridiculous.
Not only just soccer, like flag football though.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, man! Yeah, serious. Like, I mean, you're having a dude who's, they say like a 4.3, 4.4 guy running, and he runs a drag route right across the middle, no pads on. What do you think's going to happen with that?
Any kind of incidental contact, that's a collision.
100%, man.
that's
So
bad.
we were at the game today, and they had Noah playing safety, and one of their guys coming across the middle, and everybody misses flag. What do you think Noah did?
Of course, big
Flag.
did that.
Like, it's what I'm saying. So it's, and like the kid went, you know what I'm saying? It's like crying. So it's, you're right though, man. So parents, like, do some real like research. Like, I think as far as like trying to ban football for 12U and under, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
like
sure,
the thing is too, like if you really like the game and your kid really likes the game, you gotta expose them to it early. I mean, us as coaches, if I could give any parent any advice watching this, if you have a kid who wants to play, let them try.
Yeah. Yes, for sure.
Because if you wait till, and we've seen this too, right? If you wait till 12U, 13U, 14U, and they're just getting in and they want to play in high school, and let's say they're not like a phenomenal, ridiculous beast athlete, and they're just learning, you're really putting them at a disadvantage, because the kids that they're probably playing with, I would almost say 99% of the time have been playing for at least since they were 6U or 2-3 years at least. You know what I'm saying? So you're putting your kids at a serious disadvantage.
Unless they're a freak of nature,
like I said, unless there's some like ridiculous athlete and you want to wait, I get it. I mean, I think who was it? Peyton Manning's dad, right? He didn't let him start playing like tackle till 7th grade.
I mean, that's same. Bear Sanders,
Yeah. So
I mean, there's a lot.
And those are, and you could take a lot from them guys too. But
Derrick Henry even said he's not going to let his kids play till high school.
Well, I think that was more because they weren't paying running backs.
Yeah, but
which that's changed. Thank you, Saquon Barkley.
Here we go.
Blow the whistle.
Hey,
listen. The whistle.
It's behind the whistle, sir.
No. I mean, my shirt says blow the whistle.
I believe you're wrong. It's behind the whistle.
Go Birds.
Right. It is behind the whistle.
But also, too, how long are we going to talk about the Bucks winning Super Bowls? Can we still talk about that?
Have they won one currently?
I mean, I don't know. We shut down your good stadium.
We're in 2025. We're in 2025.
But what was the score in that NFC Championship game?
Some people just like to live in the past.
I sure do, sir. That's where the last time we won a Super Bowl was in the past, my boy.
Oh, but no. Back to what we were saying. Like, I think with the advancements that they've made in the game, as far as tackle football, like USA football is real big. I mean, I commend them for. They got a lot of free videos on proper tackling technique. Like, even with social media, right? Like, you see social media, like you see so many videos on like proper tackling technique or different drills. And a lot of teams like now aren't even doing contact in practice anymore. It's more with pads, thud drills, stuff like that. And they're really saving the contact for games. I don't know how I feel about that 100%. Like, I feel like practice should have some contact to it. Like, I'm not.
It's hit or miss, bro, because, we've done it a few times. We've went a few weeks, where we didn't really hit in practice and then went out on Saturday and performed beautifully.
Yeah.
And then we went a couple times where we didn't hit in practice and then went and got whooped on Saturday. So, you know what I'm saying?
It's on the kids.
It's kind of hit or miss.
It is different, though. Like, I mean, one of my friends. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Tarheels, Eddy Merino.
What up? Hey, we got to get you on, my boy. We got to get you on.
Talking to Eddy, man, Eddy was saying that, a lot of times in their practices, like, they don't do a lot of contact during the week, that they'll save it. He saves their bodies for the weekend, but they really focus on like technique and stuff like that. So they do like a lot of thud and pad drills. I commend them for that. I don't know if every group can do it though. Like especially,
yeah. I mean, but I was saying too, like Eddy got more
experience.
Yeah,
players.
and more experience, and that's where I was going to. Like if you got like players like Sherman, Mike will tell you, like we get development players every time, no matter what age level. So you gotta give them some contact. Like you gotta teach them the technique, but they gotta know, like, hey, look, it ain't gonna be no powder puff hit once you in the game.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying?
drills.
So like, coaches, give us a shout out, put a comment, like let us know what you guys do. I know for us, like we like contact during the week. Like we it gets the boys riled up. I mean, even this week, I was talking to our O-line coaches. Even this week, like the O-line, they don't get a lot of love. Shout out to anybody who plays O-line, D-line. We love you guys. We tell everybody.
Man, shout out to them pancake boys
all day. Yes, sir. Saying? Let's go. Okay, without y'all, we're nothing, right? So we built a big emphasis on how important offensive line is, and head coaches and coaches in other leagues and teams. If you not, man, you losing real big on that one. 100%, because if those O-line guys ain't doing their work, ain't nobody else doing nothing. But I was talking to the coaches this week, and a lot of skill guys are doing a lot of catching, a lot of handing off, making sure they got proper technique and kind of weeding through kids and see who's going to play what. But our O-line guys, they got to thud a little bit on Thursday, and they got so excited about thudding. Like they actually make a little thud with the shoulder pads and all that. Like they've been waiting for that. So there's some kid, like, and that goes into what Mike's saying, like. There's some kids who strive for that, like they want that. Like Elwood's like that, like he's waiting for that contact, like they want that, So I couldn't imagine like doing a practice where you have no contact for the week. Like I said, Mike, we've done it a couple times. Success has been like 50-50 with it. But like I said, banning football from 12 and under, and if you're afraid of contact and you got your kids in basketball and soccer, come on, man, you guys ain't really studying at all, because there's more injuries in those sports than it does come to football. And like Sherm just said, Mike just said, we've only seen one broken bone in the 5 years that we've been here.
Bad one.
You know what I'm saying? Like really bad. You know what I'm saying? So
also, once again, parents, vet your coaches. Go make sure your coaches are doing the right thing. That's how you stop a lot of the preventable nonsense, man. Go make sure you got the right coaches for your kid.
Yep.
That's I agree, like really that's what it really comes down to as well. If you just take your kid to anybody and they don't care about your kid, they might get hurt. You know what I'm saying? They might get overlooked, or not enough attention paid to, or if the coaches aren't really focused on developing every player, that's where you fall into those sort of issues. But definitely, man, check out your coaches. Make sure you got the right coaches for your kid, the right organization, the right team for your kid and your family.
Yep. And if a coach turns you down from talking about any techniques or stuff like that, then you need to go somewhere else, because technique and talking about drills and things to get better on as safety, that should be at the forefront of really any coach's conversation. Really, that's an easy conversation, if you ask me, to have. For sure. Now talking about where your kid's gonna be playing, that's a little more difficult.
No, we don't. We don't talk about that.
That's a different story.
We don't do that here.
Yeah. So, but what kind of leading into our next thing, we were talking about social media and how you could find a lot of good drills and tackling and even how to throw. I mean, there's quarterbacks up, running backs up, every position you could find something on social media in regards to football. But a good question to ask is, how does social media affect athletes, teams, and fans at this point? Sherm, I'd like to hear what you got to say as far as social media and athletes, since you got a couple stud ones who are on social media. Yeah. Everybody seems like to follow and try to pull to different teams.
Yeah. So. Recruiters be recruiting.
Oh man, dude, that's another part too. That social media has turned into a recruiting tool, 100%.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's only natural.
Yeah. Highlights have gone to like recruiting now. So yeah.
And it's almost a catch-22, because you want to show off your studs, right? You want to show off how good your team is, but you start putting them on all these social media platforms, and next thing you know, their parents are coming to you talking about, hey, so-and-so was in my inbox trying to get us to go play over there. Yeah. So, I personally, I love it. I like it. Obviously, everything has good and bad to it, but I think when it comes down to it, the real cool thing about it is when these kids grow up, they got all their memories that they can go look at instantly.
Yeah.
You know, that's to me, that's the coolest thing about it.
Yep. Nicknames and all.
Yeah.
100%.
Nicknames and all. Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I think it's like, I agree with Mike. I think it's a good thing, but you know, when good it come bad though. That's the thing. So it's definitely a good thing because, like us growing up, we ain't had that. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't had that exposure. Like we ain't have all our plays caught on video. And, you know what I'm saying? All our stuff up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Sure, if we want to watch one of our games, we got to go dust off the VCR.
Where's the VHS?
If it was recorded, though.
That one.
If it was recorded, though.
I don't even know if I have the plugs to watch that anymore. Golly.
But
dang.
Then, like you said, you deal with the people trying to steal the kids and stuff, though. But at the end of the day, even if he ain't got that video, you know what I'm saying, people still gonna try to steal the kids. So
no,
even if they ain't on social media, you know what I'm saying, they might still see them in the grocery store somewhere, or they whatever, you know, friends talk, you know what I'm saying. So with all that, it ain't. I mean, it really ain't no getting away from it though. So it kind of, you know what I'm saying, like I say, you gotta take the good with the bad with it. So
it goes right back to our point earlier about the relationship between the players and the coaches.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
Nike Coaches Clinic. There you go.
I mean, even with that, but I think it's because sometimes it ain't even all the way about us though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's still like they friends here though. You know what I'm saying? As long as they got a friend here, sometimes that's really all it takes. You know what I'm saying?
In youth football, yes, for sure. But in the parents, too.
In the parents, like.
Oh,
man, we stay right here. I ain't going nowhere. You know
that right there.
Like, so
no, that right there.
If you can sell the parents, you can get the kid.
That's the thing, though. Like a kid could be having a great experience. I think Sherm said this on like one of our first episodes. We were talking about if your kid's having a good time and having fun. And Butler, when we interviewed Jeremy Butler, shout out to Jeremy if you're watching
what
this.
Up, Coach?
We talked about, like, you know, if your kids are having fun at the org, no matter what they're winning or losing is, if they're having fun, like, leave them there. But like the parents will be like, well, I don't like it for you, even though you having fun and you have friends and stuff. We're gonna move you to this. I mean, now you're doing it for yourself. You ain't really doing it for them. 100%. You know. So the social media thing, man. I don't know. I got mixed emotions about it. I'm a fan of it because I like seeing it, and I like seeing the videos and the kids having a good time, and you just see the camaraderie that some of the teams have. But then, like, it's turned into this portal thing. I'm jumping, like, you youth ball, you talking about jumping in the portal. But that's not a portal. Like,
you're just going to leaving. A different team.
I mean,
like you just leaving, bro.
They gotta make it fun. You know, that's all they doing.
But but here's my thing.
Let's
like,
be realistic.
Hold on, Mike. But this is my thing, right? Like, it's one thing to like get on there and say like, you know, oh, I'm looking for a different team, or whatever. It's a whole nother thing to pay some graphic guy $500 to make a graphic for Facebook or Instagram saying we jumping in the portal and these are all the teams that we looking at, knowing that them teams ain't even looking at you.
Hey,
that's crazy.
Hey, you can hit me up personally. I will make that flyer for you. I charge a lot less than $500.
Dude, it's insane.
But anyways, look, the point I'm trying to say though is your 6-year-old that you're putting in the transfer portal and you got that cool digital flyer and you put it on Facebook. They don't have Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. You're doing it for yourself.
Mike, good point, man.
You're doing it for yourself.
That's valid. That's a valid point, bro.
But also, I still think it's cool. Like I can't even hate on it all the way because I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm creative, so I like
that part of it. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, not the transfer portal part, but I do like, you know, putting your kids on cool flyers and giving them cool images to have, and you know, the creative side of it.
Yeah.
But
that's fun.
But you do that on a regular.
It's so like the committed flyers I like. Right? Hey, so and so's coming back. He's committed to us. That's to me.
That's cool. Yeah,
that's cool. Super dope.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Hey, so and so's hitting the transfer portal at age 7.
Portal.
Nobody care
about that. Yeah, nobody care.
You know, like, come on, bro.
Man,
like you jump in another team. All right, cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Who are you?
But I mean, I don't know. Like, so I guess with the whole social media thing too.
If
like,
I was a team though, I'd be like, I didn't know you were available. I had no idea you were available.
They obviously.
I didn't hear from your agent, Drew Rosenhaus. You representing a 6-year-old. Why did you call me?
I'm sorry, your 7-year-old did not come across the waiver line.
Howie Roseman looking for you. Let's go. Sorry, sir.
What you look?
I was just saying, it's ridiculous.
What
man.
they're doing
It's so
is turning
ridiculous.
Little League football into fantasy football. Like, that's really, you're getting all the best players. You're trying to go steal players. Let's make super teams. Let's get all these studs.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So that kind of touches what I'm saying. So like you think you getting. So, but social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you doing all the social media stuff, whatever. Like, a highlight is a highlight, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Obviously, you putting all your good plays on there, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you ain't putting out, you know what I'm saying?
What about the bad
when
plays?
You messing up, though, or
What about the bad
What
plays?
you really like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Can I see the lowlights?
it's
That
kind of.
part. Oh, dude, I love it too. When Mike does a highlight video, or when he does the reels or whatever, or Pee Wee. When Pee Wee, we got to get Pee Wee on. Shout out to Pee Wee if you're watching this. When Pee Wee does it, I always look in the comments. The first thing is, "Why don't you show that game you lost?"
Hey, just to let you know, though, all of our games are on YouTube, even the losses.
Even the losses.
There's just not that many.
Yes.
Even the losses, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. Hey, I'm stepping. Hey, I'm stepping for our old 10U squad, bro. There's not that many losses on YouTube. There's more wins. Ha ha.
And to let us all know, man, we earn them wins, man.
That's real. That's real.
for sure.
Because we
So
coach
we coaching,
who show up, and we don't try to steal players from other teams.
You don't see me, on everybody's Facebook page and stealing players' numbers and calling their mama. That
You
ain't
know what
never
I'm
gonna
saying?
happen over here.
Ever.
You know who you are.
Ever.
Straight up, dude.
Listen. The most I will tell another player is, "Hey, we got a spot for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got a spot for you over here."
And any kid that's ever,
But that's about it.
But
Because
that's
I really don't.
But they don't be on Kane Nuts, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm
and
saying?
that part right there, like they approach us. Like it's never. I ain't gonna go up and talk to somebody's parent about a kid that I know is playing somewhere else. That ain't never gonna happen. Now, if I talk to a kid that's playing somewhere else and I didn't know about it and they tell me they are, the conversation stops right there. Yeah. I'm like, hey, good luck, man. If you ever want to look for something different, we over here.
Yeah, and if we see you on the field, we gonna beat you.
I ain't calling you. I ain't texting you. I ain't texting your mama. I ain't harassing you on Facebook. I ain't harassing you on Instagram. I ain't doing none of that. And if you doing that, that's ridiculous, man. Like ridiculous. Like no, like you say, it all comes back to the coaching, right? Parents, make sure you vet your coaches, like Coach Mike says. If you're not vetting your coaches and knowing what they're doing and not seeing a practice plan and it looks unorganized, it's probably because it is.
Yeah, that part.
So
That part, man.
that social media though, as much as it shows the pros, it shows the cons too. And when you got these coaches being loud or these players being loud over here, and then you go to the org and it's not what you thought, hey, that you fell for that.
Yeah, you got tricked.
You know what I'm saying?
They
So-
sold you a dream.
100%, man. 100%.
It's all right.
Yeah.
We gonna say what's up to you, and when we see you too, we gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I hope everything's great for you."
Even guys who've left us, man. Like
We gonna
nothing,
give you
nothing but
5.
love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing but love, man. It always be love. Like we,
that day go, it got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, man, they're kids at the end of the day. So yeah, we gonna love you regardless. If you stay with us, you stay with us. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. There's no love lost there. But
Might not talk to your parents though.
Straight up, though. Straight up, though. Look, right out of my look.
No, it's what I'm saying. So like, but I don't know, man. We went about, that was the first episode we ever did, was talking about loyalty and loyalty
Yeah.
and loyalty. I don't know any other way to be with that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, everything that we've built, we weren't given a winner. It's like we walked in. It's like we walked in here and every age group was winning. That's not what happened.
No,
we built this to do that, and then we got other guys that we knew were good coaches.
That bought into it.
Yeah, they bought
believed
into
in
it,
what we
and
was
now
doing.
and now they doing it. Like 10U,
Yep.
Coach D, like they gonna be reckless out there this year. I know they are. 8U, hey,
Yeah.
Coach Corbin, they gonna be reckless out there watching see what they do. 6U, they gonna look good too. Like everybody across the board is gonna be looking good. That's the thing, but it took time to get there. Like
It wasn't overnight, for sure.
we ain't begging nobody to come here. We, like I said, the social media like that we put out for the kids and to get them exposure.
Yes, it is.
As much as we hate the atmosphere that the game is in right now, we might have a quarterback that might want to play for his local high school and might get picked up somewhere else.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might have a DN who might not get a look at his school that he's going to, but might get a better look over there. If college wants to play that game and the NFL wants to play that game, and now is in the high school wants to play that game, we're going to make sure that our players are prepared for it, and we're going to put them in the best position. And if they ever say, Coach, I got this school asking for me and this school asking for me, what should I do?
Go to the school that
cares for you the most.
About
and that's
you.
Always going to be what we say.
So once again, parents, vet your coaches. Don't just let your kid go to any high school.
Dude, I like that. That should be a T-shirt.
It might be out there.
Another T-shirt. Another T-shirt.
Dang, that's like
we got like 20. We got 20 merch shirts.
Hey, man, y'all gonna buy them if we make shirts?
Hey, they would, man. Vet your coaches.
You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. Vet your coach. Good job, Mike.
So I would say, in conclusion, we believe social media has its pros and its cons, but overall, I like social media. I like it personally.
100%. I mean,
I'm gonna take the bad with the good.
That's why we got one of the best social medias around.
Not one. The best.
The best. You right. I told you, my bad.
Shout out to Mike with the social media.
No more nice Mike.
Hey,
there you go.
Best social media.
That's what I like to hear.
Best youth football social media. Let's go. Yeah, but like I said, we do it for the kids though. We don't do it for us, man. At the end of the day, they're gonna go back and watch these 10 years from now and be like, hey, I remember Coach Mike, I remember Coach Sherm, Coach David.
Yes, sir.
They cared about us. They built us up. All respect, and then watch what they did. The proof is in the film.
There,
so they did their thing. The one thing I love about it is, especially with social media, because you don't see it now, is that when you see a player overcome something,
dude,
when you see you overcome a fear, they get their confidence, and you see it on film, like they make plays.
Yeah.
Like that's a beautiful thing to me.
And you know what? Here's another thing too, that like our uniform reveal video is at like 1,800 views in 5 days,
and that's not paid for. We didn't pay.
It's
that. We didn't pay to push that out either.
Like that's organic. That's just because it's something cool for the kids to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Surprised more people don't do that.
So when you do it for the kids, the rest of the stuff is going to follow.
Right.
So, and I mean, with that being said, man, I think we're doing our thing. You got anything else? Any more topics? For us?
I mean, I think Mike says it's a good point. Like the social media stuff, the way we do it, as far as like the uniform reveal or the player interviews and stuff like that. Like we say, and we always gonna say it and stay true to it. Keep it about the kids, and if you ain't keeping it about the kids, you're doing it wrong.
That part. Well, man, I think
what you doing it for? Yeah.
Exactly, 100%. But want to thank you guys for checking us out.
Yes, sir.
Behind the whistle, Coach Mike, Coach Sherm, Coach David. We love you guys. Hey, spread the word. Get us hit that like and that subscribe button. Let's get these views up. Talk about more topics. Comment in the section.
Yes.
Give us something to talk about.
Yeah, comment topics. You know what I'm saying? Comment topics. Comment what you want to see, what you don't want to see. We might interact with you. We might not. Who knows?
And any coaches from any other leagues, Tri-County, Florida
Holla
League,
at us, man.
AYF.
Come talk to us.
Come talk to us. Come sit with us. Come have a conversation with us. Maybe something you like, something you don't like. We all trying to get at the end of the day, we want this game to be better for the kids. And we can only do that if we all bond together.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Take us on now.